Today we'll be adding this device and actually integrating it into Home Assistant. So in the previous video, we did this wiring. If you missed that one, you can pause this one. I'll put a link somewhere on the screen so you can watch first that video and do the wiring as we did, and then continue with the integration of the device into Home Assistant. So the first things first, here we have to do the following. In our application, after we configured everything the last time, we're gonna navigate here and to see this Shelly devices here. So we have Shelly 2PM and Shelly 2PM like this second one, because we have two different switches here. So this is the one, this is the first and the second one, as you can see here. So the point with this is actually that we have to do the following: to go to this device that we are controlling, so any of these two sides, it's fine, and go to the settings here. And inside of the settings, we need to go to device information. So this is important part here, because I'm gonna change some configuration here, but we can see that this device has been connected to my Wi-Fi network, and also we see the IP address of this device. So you can click here on your phone to navigate there. You have to be on the same Wi-Fi network as your device, or you can copy this IP address and type it into your in your PC and your browser actually of your PC, and you will see the completely new interface with all configurations that you can do with this device. Or you can go here to the networks, select the network that you're already using, and change the state, set the static API address for this device. So I'm navigating to the screen. Okay. And here we have our Home Assistant, but first we're going to the Shelly device that I mentioned already. So we can see when we navigate to that IP address, we see here that we have those inputs, so we can control from this device from the browser actually. As you can see here, it is working like that. So the thing is here that we go to the settings, and we go to the Wi-Fi, and this is the Wi-Fi, and it has it has the dynamic Wi-Fi IP address assignment. So we're gonna set a static API here. So please make sure to select some range of the IP addresses that nothing is using in your network, because when you reboot the device, if you set some IP address that someone else is using, it might conflict and you wouldn't be able to control it or to see it on your network. Then you would have to troubleshoot and to reboot the device, actually to reset the device and reconfigure it again. So in this IP address range, I'm gonna put something like this 168.0 dot I'll say 150. Okay, that's fine. And now we're gonna add the network mask 255.255.255.0 and the gateway. The gateway is actually our router. So IP address of our router is actually the this one here. So we're gonna just add it like this. Okay, and in DNS, I'm just gonna put 1.1.1, or you can use any other DNS, such as Google's 8.8.8.8 or 4.4.4.2.2, and any other works. After doing this, I'm gonna hit save. So we have this IP address. We can just copy that IP address, and we're gonna click save and setting the static IP address. But first I have to also type the password from that SSID that we are assigned to. Okay, save successful. So I'm gonna try to reload this page with the wrong IP address. And now we're going to be unable to get this page again. So what we have to do is actually to paste the new address that we copied and added right now. And we're going to see that this device now has this IP. I'll just zoom a bit so you can see. Okay, the settings, Wi-Fi, it is static IP address, and we can see that this device has this address. So this is important because if we reboot the device, as I mentioned, we need to have that IP address reassigned to this device while booting. So a good practice would be for all of your devices to make a spreadsheet in Excel or Sheets or anywhere else, and just add names of these devices and add the IP addresses that you assign to them. So then you could track the IP addresses of each device when you want to do something like this inside of them, or just to have them numbered as like ordered by IP addresses, so you know the range of these Shelly devices. Of course, you can always see the IP address of the device inside of the Shelly application, as we did here. So anytime you navigate to any of these devices, inside of the device information, you'll see that IP address here. And now let's go to the next step, actually to add this device to Home Assistant. So when you navigate here, I'll zoom a bit more. Okay, we're able to see this. I'm just gonna, we're able to see here that we have option that it's the summary here says that we have 4 devices discovered. So it actually discovered this Shelly 2PM that we added because we are on the same network as our Home Assistant. Okay, so it is capable of seeing this device there. But the thing here is that if we want to do that manually instead of doing it like this, then this is the way also. We can go here, the settings, devices and services, and it also has like devices assigned, but we can go to the here to add integration. We can just type Shelly. And it will also, if you miss this one here, sometimes there is nothing if it doesn't discover it like this, and then you can type that and show it like that. But the thing is that maybe we don't need it like that, and then we'll just do it like that. And then we can click add, and you want to set up the Shelly, and this is, yeah, this is, you see here, it is 108, and this IP address is not correct. So that's the thing. So we need to add integration of the Shelly, but let's see. Yeah, it's trying to reach it and this, but we're gonna just reload our Home Assistant to see if it gets the right address, and it's not. So let's do something here. And yeah, it is still doing the same thing. As we changed it, we're not able to see it. But now in the settings, let's go again and try to ignore this device, ignore. Then we're gonna add it by ourselves. So this is one type of troubleshooting here. So we're gonna add the Shelly. Okay, we're gonna Shelly integration, and it is asking what do you want to add Z-Wave device or Shelly. So we're gonna click Shelly, and Shelly it discovered like this, but we can actually add our address manually here. So I'm gonna just zoom a bit here, address manually, and we're gonna click submit. So here we are adding our IP address that we copied from there, or you can just add it as you remember it. So this is it like this, submit, and then we have our Shelly device listed as this. I'll just zoom a bit out to see. And the thing is that I was testing this device previously before recording the video, so it left me these configurations here, so it recognized them. But the thing is that instead of this, you'll just get some numbers here. Then instead of them, on the first one is going to be the whole device. So this device complete. And the first one is going to be the first switch. and the second one is going to be the second switch. And also you have to select your area where are you adding this device actually. And then yeah, we can just skip and finish because we already added, and we're just gonna click and add device here. Or actually we don't have to, because this is it, we added it. Now in the overview screen in the office, we can see that we have this Shelly device here, and we can now read the data from it. So the thing is here that we can see, it says input 1 and for how long is it being run, and we have input 2. Actually that is, yeah, the order is here like 0 starting from 0. That's why I see 0 and 1. And okay, 0 is the 1 and the 1 is actually 2. And this is a physical input here. So you can see we can turn off this, but you can see still that this input is on. And that's because this is a switch that we are using. So this is the rocker switch, and when it flips, it changes the state. Okay. And that's why we see the input that is off, even though we turn on the device. And also the thing that I was mentioning in the previous video is that we have to configure this device actually to be a switch and to change state of on every single flip of the device. So to do that, we're gonna navigate again to the device here, and inside of the device, let me find the configuration here. Input, output, okay, settings, device, authentication, units. Yeah, I have to find the option inside of this configuration here, because usually I do that inside of the on mobile phone. And let's me just see actions, schedule, settings, that's settings, but it should be somewhere here. Device name, okay. We can see that we can change also the name of the device, and we have an option to also factory reset from here. And there's a lot of options here, and they are slightly differently added as you would do in the you'll see in the Shelly application there. So that's the thing that you cannot see some things that you already have like there. So let me see where is the config for this. Okay, if I go here, click on it, then we have the options like that. So when we click on a device, let me show. So on the device, we have to click here, and usually on our phones, we are going to the settings of the device. I'll show you that. So like we're selecting this device and going to the settings here, we're doing the same, but we have to click on this device, and we can see that input is on. And now input output settings, we have to select the switch, and we have to select the edge switch here that changes state on each switch. Okay, and save. So that's the first switch, and let me see if it automatically covers. Yeah, no. And for another one, we have to do the same and select the edge switch, and now save settings. Then we're gonna test this also from the application here. So we're gonna switch it here, we're gonna click it, turn it on, we're gonna flip it, and we're gonna turn it on again. We can see that it changes the states. Okay, and this one is just reading the data. Also important thing here, we are now able to read the data from the device. So we can see the power consumption right now and in the real time here through our home assistant. That is really cool. And also all the information and all the things that we have in our Shelly app. And you can actually make this work locally without any internet connection, because this device are now on your local network. That's the beauty of this. And this device has 8 megabytes of RAM, and it works really, really well without any problems, and really fast and local. So I hope this video was helpful, and you discovered the way to connect this device and the things that you can do actually with this device and any other Shelly devices. If the video was helpful, please give it a thumb up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one and other home automation videos. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.